Hi Gemini, how are you? Welcome back to the Spiritual Parlour. Thank you for all your likes, shares, comments and all your interaction throughout the month so far. So I was just doing a 12-month astrology horoscope book for a client who's actually a Gemini, and tomorrow we have a brand new moon in your sun sign, so I felt pushed to stop and do a special tarot card reading for the sun sign of Gemini, well, sun, moon and ascendant sign of Gemini. So it's going to be hopefully a great new moon for you, a lovely moon, opportunity to start fresh, manifest new things. And also Gemini is a great sign to sort of have a new moon in, because of the energy of Gemini is just so fresh, just so, you know, easygoing. Some people say kind of like childlike, playful. So I'm really looking forward to it. So it's good as well for me as a fellow air sign, good for all air signs to have a new moon in Gemini. So here we go. So this is a general reading, guys. So you take what resonates with you, you leave what doesn't. This is going to be for Gemini, sun, moon and rising signs. And once again, Gemini, thank you for all your views, excuse me, comments, support and interaction over the last month. It's been great to have you here. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so Spirit, this is a general reading for Gemini, sun, moon and rising signs. Gemini, sun, moon and rising. If there is a message for any Gemini, sun, moon or rising sign who's watching, please let me know. Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's good already. Wheel of Fortune. See what that's about. This is Gemini, sun, moon and rising. But some restriction. 8 of Swords. Gemini, sun, moon and rising. Ships coming in. 3 of Wands. Okay, so the first card will represent, wow, lots of fallout. Progress. Knight of Pentacles. Financial stability. King of Pentacles as well. Right, first card will represent the theme. Second card will represent the heart of the matter or the issue. Third card, balance, will represent the recent past. Fourth card will represent present. Fifth card will represent the advice. And the sixth card will represent a potential outcome. Okay, that's too many there. It's falling. This is Gemini, sun, moon and rising. Gemini, sun, moon and rising. If there is a message for Gemini, sun, moon and rising, please let it be known. Okay, that's nice and shuffled. You've had a lot of fallout cards already, Gemini. I'll read those in context. Okay, let's see. Excuse my nails as well, guys. Been doing a lot of housework this week and I haven't had a chance to get them done, so you ladies all know what I'm talking about. Alright, let's see what the energy is. Okay, I really feel pulled here. Feel pulled in the middle, so go there. Okay, bottom of the deck energy. Okay, Ace of Swords. So mental clarity, a new start. Swords also representing you, Gemini, the air signs, or all the air signs. Excuse me, my throat. All air signs, that's Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So mental clarity. Let's see what's going on. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, it seems to me, looking at the main spread that's come out, definitely that for some Geminis, for some of you, this new moon is going to be about starting a new journey, okay, because that's in your outcome position, but that's me jumping ahead. I think that is what feels like the main message, but the reason why this has come about is because there has been, or there is currently, maybe a little bit of disappointment with something. You've got the Five of Cups in your, issue position. So cups as a suit does represent our feelings, matters of the heart, how we are feeling. Number 5 is quite a challenging number in tarot. You've probably heard me say this before. It is the challenge number in most of the suits. As it feels like there's been a little bit of a disappointment, and possibly what you have to do around that is get some advice or seek some kind of counsel over this disappointment, because you've got in your thing position, you've got the Pope or the Hermit, depending on who's reading what card is called. It's the same thing. You've got the Pope or the Hermit, and the energy of the Hermit is, it is literally seeking counsel. It is taking advice. It is looking into a matter. It is seeing the best way forward. It is, it's the advice card, and it is about going to somebody else or going to another place to seek that advice. So those two cards together, to me, would indicate that for some Gemini, Sun, Moon and Risings, you've been to go and seek some sort of support or some kind of advice, and it could be linked to something that you were not too happy about or you were not too impressed with, and maybe there wasn't a lot of balance there, because in the past you've got the Six of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles as a suit does represent matters of wealth, what we own, property, also health. I'm keeping this quite general because I don't know everybody's situation, so I'm just reading the energies, but that's what this card would represent. The other side of the Six of Pentacles is about balance and generosity. So as you can see, you've got a guy here in the middle with his scales, and you've got two people either side of him, and he's giving support. He's giving support to these two people. So the Six of Pentacles, the energy is very much about giving and receiving support when it's needed. So it feels like, under this new moon, this past issue where potentially maybe there hasn't been balance, or potentially some of you have wanted more balance, that has led to the disappointment, that has led to you sort of looking elsewhere to see if you can get some sort of help or reassurance or the balance that you're looking for, is a key feature for the new moon. But in the present, you've got the King of Swords, okay? And Swords as a suit deals with our thoughts, how we think, and Swords as a suit also represents the challenges in life. It is a challenging suit. It's not a pretty suit. It's not. No, to be quite honest, there's not really anything that nice about the Suit of Swords. But what the King does represent is law, order, judgment, and decision making. So out of all of the kings, he is what I would call, who I refer to as the judge. So it seems like in the present, at this moment in time, this was the other way around, sorry guys, your decision to seek that counsel over something that maybe, left you a little bit disappointed, where maybe you felt or you didn't have enough support or generosity around this issue. It could be a work issue because this is a Pentacle suit, or even financial. Can't talk today. Financial, because it is a Pentacle suit as well, linked to, the earth and what we own, possessions and wealth. I wouldn't really jump to the conclusion to say that this could potentially be a relationship, because it is the Pentacles, but what it does represent is support. So you take what resonates with you. If you didn't get the support in your relationship, your decision making that you have been doing, or the thinking that you've been doing to mull over this situation, has been on the right path. It has been, good decision making, good thinking, good mental thoughts, good mental energy, and it seems like you're moving in the right direction with it. The advice here, you've got the Knight of Wands. So wands always sort of push us to take some action or let us know that something is coming in. Now the Suit of Wands itself is to do with passion, career, what really drives us, what we really like, and the Wands, the Knight of Wands in particular, getting tongue-tied, is one of the most would I call him the fastest moving? I'd probably say he is the fastest moving knight out of all the suits, either him or the Knight of Cups. They're both very, very quick moving. So it seems like your decision making is something that you should really move forward with quite quickly, and not doubt yourself. I don't think that you should doubt yourself. The presence of these two cards together, the clear indication that any decisions or any thoughts that you've been having around this situation here that has, maybe been a little bit disappointing, where you've had to talk about, discuss, seek some counsel about, and maybe try and get some more support with, move forward with it, is the advice. You've got the fast moving Knight of Wands there. Move forward with it and be confident in your decision, because you've got the King of Swords there, confirming that in your present position here, whatever mental thoughts you were having or you are having regarding this situation in the recent past, where there's not been balance, or you've wanted balance that has led you to be disappointed, where you've had to go and seek counsel about or discuss, it's you're on the right path. And I also feel very much that you're on the right path as well with this, because you've got the Fool. Brilliant card, one of my most favourite cards. I don't get upset by the name of the card, the Fool. Basically what it represents is that fresh start, that new beginning, that whole new moon energy. The Fool, just like the Hierophant, is a major arcana card, so it's not day-to-day energy. It's like a significant event or a significant experience that you have, and it is a fresh start, because you've got this guy here, or the Four. Hopefully you can see these cards clearly, because I'm using this deck, has got lots of reflective gold on it from this Rider-Waite deck that I'm using, so I hope you can see it well enough. But you've got the Four, and he's walking along. The only person he's got with him is his dog, or his inner voice. It's his guidance, and you can see he's almost about to walk off the cliff. So it's almost like he's going into the unknown. The Fool reminds us that we're about to take a journey, or that we are about to start a journey, and it feels very much like that, as I said to you at the beginning of the reading when the cards fell out here. And from what's come out here, I mean, this new journey is for sure happening in the near future, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So these two cards together is about journey, fresh beginnings, and a change of fortune. A change of fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, I always say with the Wheel of Fortune card, it can go either way, guys. Okay, so the fortune can go for the worse, or it can go for the better. And I always judge the Wheel of Fortune card by what's around it. And with the Fool, with the presence of the Fool, with the presence of your mental thoughts, with the King of Swords, with the presence of also the ships coming in, the Three of Wands, there isn't anything in the spread that I pulled, or there isn't anything in the fallout messages that makes me feel as though the fortune is going to go, badly or for the worse. Quite the opposite, because the Three of Wands, which I picked up there, which was a fallout message, as I said, the energies about the ships are coming in. And the thing with the Three of Wands is, we need to expect good things to come in. The reason why we should expect it when the Three of Wands appears is because of what we've been doing in the past. The Two of Wands is about the planning. It is about taking the idea, or the feeling, or the action, or whatever it is that we want to move forward with, from the Ace of Wands. Remember, I said the Wands is all about passion. So you take that passion when it comes to the Ace, you plan for it, you see which way you're going to go, you make your decisions, you look out on the horizon, you see what options you've got at the Two of Wands, and you make your move. And once you've made your move, once you get to the Three of Wands, you should expect a return because of previous decisions or previous actions, or something that you've done to expect that return. As you can see, you've got the guy here, he's standing out, he's looking out at the river, he's waiting for his ships to come in. And 3 as a number is the first stage of stability or grounding, you could say, that is gained after you put things into place from the momentum of the 2. So it's like your first stage of stability, or your first stage of success, and then you get to 4, which is the real, like, okay, this is it, this is the actual foundations, and then you get your challenge at the 5. So I would say your past, you know, your past feelings or your past need or your past desire for potentially some support and your decision making will bring about a new journey and a change of fortune, and you should expect a positive return. That's how I feel, and that's how the cards are reading. I don't feel that there's anything that you really do need to worry about with regards to the journey. What's been shown here to me in the future as an outcome, a potential outcome before going in a new direction or a new journey, I feel it looks pretty good, especially under the new moon for you guys tomorrow. Okay, but we did have as well the 8 of Swords fall out. Now, swords, you know how I feel about swords. You know what swords as a suit represents for me. And this is a classic example. When I said to you that there's not really anything pretty about the suit of swords, hopefully you can see this card image quite clearly. But you've got a woman there blindfolded, surrounded by 8 swords. And so, yep, you guessed it, the eight of Swords is about restriction. And it's often about that mental restriction that you might feel, because it is, you know, the sword suits that's to do with how you think, how you learn. Like, it's the mental energy. So along this path, this new path, this future or this potential outcome of the fall, you know, you may feel mentally restricted. You may feel mentally restricted. It might happen, and it could even be because the progress might be slow and steady. Okay, as I said at the beginning, when the Knight of Pentacles fell out, slow and steady progress. So even though you're being advised to take action on whatever thoughts or decisions you've been making in the present with the King of Swords, and your advice is, you know, go for it, move forward with it, move forward with your passions with the fast moving Knight of Wands, and go on this journey as your potential outcome as the fall. Do maybe be prepared for a little bit of slow and steady progress rather than a quick, you know, quick, maybe like the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Cups, quick action. It might be slow and steady, your progress, and at some point, you know, be prepared or be advised that you might feel some kind of mental restriction. And if you do feel that mental restriction, well, at least now you know, and at least now you know that that potentially could be there, and how you could deal with the mental restriction. And the thing that I always say with the 8 of Swords when it comes out is, if you look at the image, although this lady is restricted, she probably could find her way out of this situation if she just took the blindfold off, you know. So sometimes it's just about looking at the bigger picture, or not being so caught up in what you can't do, or so caught up in what's holding you back, and maybe trying to take the blindfold off and find a way around the situation, or find a way around the mental restriction, or whatever it is that you might be feeling. You take what resonates with you. So I always say with the 8 of Swords, although that restriction might be there, depending on the context of the other cards, like I said, there isn't anything here that makes me feel as though there will be a restriction, like a dead end, a stop. You will go no further. It feels very, very progressive, especially when you look into the future with the Fool here and the Knight of Wands urging you to take the action. It does feel very, very progressive. But when this card does show up, and you know, there's an indication that there might be some restriction mentally, take the blindfold off. Take the blindfold off. Look at the bigger picture, Gemini. If you do feel restricted at any point during this new moon, for the rest of June, over this journey that some of you might be going on, take the blindfold off. Don't get too caught up in what you can't do, and maybe think outside the box is what I'm being pushed to say. I'm being pushed to say, think outside the box. So I don't know if that's going to mean anything to anyone, but I've been pushed to say it, so I will. Okay, also, I spoke to you about the balance in the past, and that's come up in your past position. You're feeling as though possibly that balance wasn't there, so you've had to make some decisions, or you're feeling as though you need more of a balance. You take what resonates with you. You've got the Temperance card here, which fell out with the steady and the sturdy King of Pentacles. So that would indicate to me that the balance that you seek, or that you have been seeking in the past here, for the Six of Pentacles, will be restored. It will be there. You can get that balance, because that is what Temperance is about. It's a major arcana card as well. It's not a day-to-day energy like, you know, the Knights or the Pentacles and so forth. It's a major event. So this, to me, feels very much like what you have been seeking in the recent past in terms of balance here will come to real fruition with the actual Temperance card here alongside the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, I love this energy. And I love the King of Pentacles as people as well, because they are the most solid, grounded people that you will find, especially a king, you know, being the high support card. So it could also be to keep this general, or to give you a bigger picture on how the energies could play out. You know, the King of Pentacles could indicate an earth sign person that you find that balance that you've been seeking with, or maybe it is an earth sign person that you want the balance with, if this is a relationship, or if this is a job, or if this is some kind of partnership. Earth signs being Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, Sagittarius and Capricorn. That's it. Taurus, Sagittarius and Capricorn. Yep, I have got that one. I'm just getting a bit. I think astrology all the time, all day, every day. I'm thinking astrology, star signs, sun signs. What's this? But yeah, those are the three signs. So it'd be a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. So that could be, you know, who you find your balance with. You know, if that's what you've been seeking. Alternatively, that's an indication that the balance that you want in the past, or that you've been seeking with the Temperance card and the King of Pentacles representing solid, you know, really, really solid energy. So solid finances, solid in every which way. He is the grounded energy alongside with the Queen. So it can and it will be there. It can and it will be there. And if you're dealing with a person, potentially the decisions that you've been making in the present could, you know, lead to that balance with that earth sign person, if, you know, if it's a relationship or some kind of partnership that this situation applies to. But, you know, I would say on the whole, Gemini, it feels, this message to me seems like, and it feels like, forward movement is what's coming to me. Forward movement and a change of circumstances has just come to me. It really, really does feel like that, because of the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. You know, these two cards together are just beautiful. Beautiful. You couldn't ask for anything more, Gemini, under a new moon. Under a new moon and a fresh start, you can ask for more, you know, to have that journey of the Fool, you know, that outcome, that potential outcome, like a brand new path opened up to you, and a change of fortune come along with it. That's just like a beautiful energy combination to have. It really, really is. So, yeah, I'm sticking the cards, seeing if I get anything more from this. See if I get anything more. I mean, the restriction, slow, steady progress, as I said, be mindful of that. Yeah, that's. I feel like that's what I'm getting. This is a pretty clear message. I don't feel like I need to clarify anything with any further cards from the tarot. It's clear to me, and it feels clear to me how I feel it. There's progression. There's balance seeking. There's a brand new start. There's a brand new journey in some direction for some of you, whatever this situation might be that you've been dealing with in the past, where you've needed that balance, or maybe you've even needed that financial support. You know, could be financial support for some of you with the Six of Pentacles, definitely, you know, a Pentacles energy related to what you actually own, the material world. It could be financial support that you've been seeking that you've not been getting, or just generally balance, and support, or whatever it is, you've not been very happy about it, and you've had to talk about it, or have some sort of advice taken about the situation. So, but you're on the right track. Looking forward, present, advice, outcome, good decision making, take actions on your decisions, the new path is opening. So Good for you, Gemini. Good for you. I hope it all works out, whoever this message is for, or whatever group of people the message is for. I never know. So good luck with it. Okay, so I'm going to pour you an angel card to finish off. There's nothing else that's come to me here. Let's see what comes out with the angel messages. So there's a message for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. If you've got known, Spirit want to tap into the energy of Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising for the new moon. There's a message, please let me know. Okay, that one's just fallen out. Cleanse your energy. Oh, you've got two. Okay, two stuck together. I won't put them back in because they fell out for a reason. So the first one is cleanse your energy. So it says when you release negativity, the answer to your questions shines through. Now, what did I say to you about that mental block or that mental restriction that you might have, and releasing it, just taking the blindfold off? Take the blindfold off if you feel that sort of restriction, and you can find your way out of the situation. So the first message is cleanse your energy. Okay, when you release negativity, the answer to your question shines through. So there you go, that's some good advice there. Just be mindful of the mental restriction. Second one is let your inner beauty shine. So you are a brilliant example of God's love. Everything about you is perfect. So let your light shine and inspire others. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. So you know, let your inner beauty shine, Gemini. You are a brilliant example of God's love. Everything about you is perfect. So let your light shine and inspire others. Well, that's just lovely. Have a wonderful new moon, Gemini. Good luck with this situation, whoever this applies to you. I really hope that you find the balance that you're looking for. Thank you for all your likes and shares and all that kind of stuff, as I said at the beginning. Oh yeah, I should remind you as well, I'm actually restocking my Etsy store at the moment. So if you love candles, incense, oils, all handmade stuff, up there for me, some nice spiritual candles, prosperity, love, protection, opening new roads, anything you can think of, you can go and have a look, because I'm going to be updating it from the 15th. There should be some new stuff up there. Also, birth charts, horoscope ebooks, I've all got that up there on my store as well. So do give me a shout if you're interested. I'll leave the link below. But have a wonderful new moon, Gemini. Good luck with this situation, even if it applies to you. If it doesn't, then just have a wonderful new moon anyway, Gemini. And I'll see you probably in July. Okay, see you guys. Take care.